Hello? Ah, I could never give up. You were first. Are you Jedi? Or are you Dancer? Darth Johnny Sins. Hello, Dennis. Welcome to stream. How you doing this Monday? Scott Allen says, hello, good sir. Just stopping by to share some love and respect. Have a blessed night. You too, Scott. I appreciate you. I know, the weekend is coming up on us, so just know I'm thinking about you and sending you all sorts of positive vibes. I can never give up says, the force is strong with this one. That's very true. I can never give up says, Kyle, I'll make love to you, boys to men. Sounds ominous. Okay, it is difficult to see with the hood this advanced. I'll pick it up a little bit. Is that right? Is that backwards? That's backwards. Yep. Oops. That's just terrible. There we are. God. There we go. Okay. On the board. Thank you, Dennis. Do you love and appreciate me too? I do. I do. If you were to not show up for stream, I would think about you. I wouldn't worry if you missed one stream, but the force will lead you. Thank you. Scott says, we ironed out some minor details today and have one more meeting before Saturday. Kickstand up at 10 a.m. This will be her final ride. I'm so blessed to have had her beside me for all these years. Absolutely, Scott. And she was blessed to have you, not only when she was here, but to take her on this ride as well. Scott says, thank you, Kyle. I will genuinely consider you a friend. You as well, good friend. I appreciate you very much. Thank you for everything. Of course, Scott, of course. And, you're always welcome here, and you're always welcome to hit me up on my email, too. Not only now, but down the line, So, I wish you fair weather and a sweet ride. I have a feeling I'll probably talk to you before then, but, if not, I'll be with you in spirit. I can never give up, says Kyle. I'm at work. Nonetheless, I get your notifications. Damn, risky. Well, don't, jeopardize anything to... Well, I need to turn the volume down a bit. That's up. Okay. Don't get in trouble for me. What kind of work do you do again? I'm at my desk. No one's paying attention to me. What would you normally be doing? Mm-hmm. You staying cool? Heat wave. Watching corn at work in my cubicle. Well, You know, this is not quite the same, but maybe in the same category sometimes. It's an interesting track. I'm trying to stream more often. You know, I'd like to get to most days of the week, if possible, at some point. It's the same to me, damn it. What is this? Revenge of the Sniff? Good eve. Good eve to you. Savage Institute. Have you done your force training today? Okay, have you done your meditations, your incantations? You know, you got an exam on Friday. Indeed. How was your weekend? I don't know if you're in the States, if you celebrate the 4th of July. Kyle, I'm codependent on you. Okay, well, then you let your job know that that's the case, you know, so they don't interfere. But don't. I'll be mad if you jeopardize your job for watching stream. Savage Institute says Vegas has chiseled my mentality this weekend. Oh, mysterious. I like that. Dale Cooper, welcome to stream. We can smell Kyle through the screen. Good. Good. I'm projecting my smell into your mind with the Force. I can never give up says it was a war zone for hours where I live. Shaking my head. Damn. You still got to go to work in a war zone? That's fucked. Do you sell droids? I mean, not usually, but every droid's got a price. So I have one droid that I employ now. I'll show you my droid. Hold on. All the fireworks. Dale Cooper says, I say we hit some jewelry stores so I can retire at 26. For the purpose of the recorded YouTube Live, we could never. I want to retire. Are you fucking kidding me? You look like David Bowie's personal assistant, by the way. That's interesting. I don't know who that is. Hold on. First, we do the name, and then I'll show you my droid. Wink. Timothy, welcome to stream. How are you, buddy? It is good to see you, my friend. Okay. David Bowie's personal assistant. Oops. David Bowie's personal assistant. 1. No one's ever said that to me before. Thank you for the unique vote. I want to be retired by 50. Yeah, you and me both, buddy. One must be aware of the Bowie. Oh, I'm fully aware of the Bowie. Please. 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 Labyrinth? Please. Preferably before 50. Yes, preferably any day. Good. How you feeling today? I'm doing all right, you know. I wouldn't say partied hard, but I drank more than I usually do, which is like none. So I was recovering a little bit. It wasn't really, I wasn't hungover, but I could feel it, you know, in my body. It was just different. This is my droid. Okay? He sings, particularly if you sing at him, but also if you bash on his head, which I will show you, because why not? Fuck it. I gotta pause the music over there first. Watch him, will you please? He tends to fly off. All right. Dale says, that instrument is getting hot. I love it. What do you mean getting hot? If you were in a band, it would be called the Stone Temple Bus Driver. Nice. I like that. Very clever. I don't think I've seen them live. Who did I see? I saw Queens of the Stone Age. That's who I saw. Do you make money doing this? No, Elements. Are you kidding me? No. No, I do this because I'm crazy. Alice in fuzzy handcuffs. Nice. Alice in a dog collar. Okay. Let's see how we're doing here. I haven't cracked this puppy open in a while. All right. I think I gotta get the this behind me. Prop myself forward. Gotta go. See you later. Bye. Have a good day at work. Sorry you have to be there. Here we go. Okay. This will be interesting. Pick it up a little bit. Let's go a little bit faster, actually. Are you naked underneath all of those clothes? Yeah. Savage says, that is a musical droid. I will pay top Galaxy coin for it. Galaxy coin? Have you seen the markets for Galaxy coin? Dale Cooper says, Kyle, invite me over. Are you a vampire? If you're a vampire, I'm only going to invite you in if you promise to turn me. Chopped says, Andrew Tate on shrooms. That's funny. I wish he would, you know, maybe to open his eyes. Open your eyes. Your third eye. Look at that, 1551. Interesting. Andrew Tate. Welcome, Chopped. It's good to see you. Nice played. Now play with my ass. Well, damn. I like the way you ask. Element Skater says, dude is actually talented. Hell yeah. That's the name of the game, Elements. I am Mr. Skills. Okay, I got nunchuck skills, karate skills, musical skills. Most people aren't very good with it, but that's pretty good. Thank you. I only practice in like brief spurts. Chop says, professional dancer, plays a music instrument. What can't you do? I can't throw like a baseball and hit a target very well. I can throw axes pretty good. But honestly, it's because I'm bad at aiming, right? Like I'm bad at hurling a projectile at what I want to hit. But I went on a date once. Well, just the one time. I went on a date to an axe throwing place, and I purposely picked the axe throwing place because I tend to be intimidating in the first few dates of seeing somebody because I'm very talented. And so whatever we do, right? Dancing, karaoke, any kind of movement, anything, I'm gonna fucking knock it out of the park. And then like, you would think it'd be impressive, but it is. But most people are intimidated so much that they like back off. So I'm throwing these axes, right? And I'm like, I'm bad at aiming, right? And I throw the first couple, and I prove that I'm bad at aiming. So it's like, okay, so we do the date, and my date's doing okay, but then I happen to throw one perfectly, and it hits the bullseye, just randomly out of chance. Then I used my dancer skills to exactly replicate the movement that I just did, right? So it's not that I was aiming any better. I wasn't aiming at all. I just knew the exact path that my muscles took, the exact amount of force that I used when I released the thing, and how it felt. That's the most important thing, how it felt when I threw it. So I was like, oh, I know how that felt. I'll just do that again. Boom, boom. I start sinking them. And then, and my date's like, obviously, like, kind of, a little like, God damn it. So I'm like, okay, I'll do two. I'll do two. So I go, boom, and I nail both of them. It was so fucking funny. Oh, man. I got another date after that, so it was fine. Fernando de Pessoa says that tune rings a bell. Nice. So good with the wordplay. Hard to please guy. Axe, and you shall receive. Exactly. All right. Let's get Fernandy on the board. Oh, I'm going crooked. Hold on. That's what he said. A little late, but whatever. Fernando de Pessoa. Do you have bad depth perception? No, not really, but it's just like my brain and skills really just extends to my body. So once and like I'm very good with like learning weapons and stuff because it's an extension of your arm. But once it leaves my arm, I have no idea what I'm doing. So it's like that's the way I have to do it. I can't aim. I can't do the brain math of the distance to the target. All of my brain powers are very like inwardly focused. Dale Cooper says he chose the axe throwing place because he murdered the person to make it seem like a tragic accident. That would be too obvious. Poor Gamer says Shaman Tate. Interesting. I like that. I like that very much. Thank you. Right? Yeah. In the year of 1552, Andrew Tate, the cryptid, was born. Axe throwing on a first date is crazy. Well, sure, but here's the thing. We tried to go to karaoke, but it was like the day before they did the lockdown for COVID in 2020. So our options were kind of limited. So we went to a place that was both within, a reasonable distance. And I was like, well, honestly, I was gonna, and I told my date, like, I'm gonna, like, unless you can sing, I'm gonna try and go for broke because that's how I do. And I'm not like, here's the other thing. I don't let people win things unless I'm playing some kind of trickster god kind of game with them, like metagaming it. If it's just a straight game and we are competing, I will not perform to my best. Andrew Tate from Wish, nice. Timothy says Kyle on a date with Big Rhonda, the lumberjack. It's fun, hold on. No, they were wearing leather, not plaid, but could have given lumberjack vibes for sure. Andrew Tate from Wish. Element says, my girl has bad depth perception. She says I'm going 1 inch deep, but I perceive 5. Probably has time perception issues too, right? Where she's like, oh, it's only been 20 seconds, but you're like, no, it has easily been 2 minutes 14. Easy. Easy. The bald Anakin Skywalker. Allah. I'm not Steven Seagal. I can't fight from a chair. It doesn't work. Kyle on a date with Jeffrey Dahmer. Do you think he'd go for me? Do you think I'm pretty enough for Dahmer? By the lightsaber light? I've got so much brain to go everywhere, Nerd Ferguson says Trump is a gloppy turd. Nice. Nice. Somehow the sack that contains that turd is still shambling around on the earth. Element says exactly. Time and depth can be tough. They can, And distance and length and everything like that too, So, where do you live? I'm in Texas. I am in the Pacific time zone. Super big scary. Well, super big hello. Buy Bitcoin. How are you? Ah, how you doing? It's only Monday. Start of the week. Fuck off says you need weed in your life. Really? Why, you holding? Kyle Richards, exactly. Well, I couldn't replicate the energy of the original Richards, but I don't know what his stack was. You know what I mean? So, Corey Rolling, appropriate name, says I'm tripping out from your background. What? No! Oh shit! It can get. Hold on. You want to trip out? My question is, Corey, do you party? Because there's a party button on this that I want to press, but only if you party and you can handle it. Are you by the Woodlands, Texas? No, I'm not. Wait, Kyle also lives in Texas? He does not, no. I'm trying to think. I don't think I've ever been to Texas, actually. I've planned on it, but it's fallen through. Party time, motherfucker. Okay, I like that, fish scales. We gotta know. Corey's the one tripping. Corey, please. Do you party? Okay? Do you party? It's the big one in the middle. Oh, I party. Fuck yeah, dude. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Here we go. Missed it. Oops, hold on. Oops, messed it up. Anyway. Let's go, Corey. Hell yeah. Fuck yeah. Fuck off says there is a hole on the other side of that drum and he's doing his best to fill it. Slap hands, slap hands. Dale Cooper says, I do feel Kyle would spike your drink to see if you were saying the truth. I have ways of getting the truth out of you without you losing consciousness. Aren't these like $3 grand? No, not when you get the cheap copy from some warehouse in China. It was a few $100, I want to say. Dank pan technique, King Kai. Ooh, shit! Thank you, Fish Scale. I'm very new to it. Those drums make my dick hard. Interesting. Okay, so you can sing to them as well. Let's see. I like that. Do you have hairy arms? Yeah. Yes, brother, I do. Okay. I got hairy legs too. All right. You can't. Well, the lighting is low, but you can't really see. Oh shit. Anyway, okay. I'm gonna put the droid away for now. Good to know. Thank you. That thing would probably be fun to have around. It is. Corey definitely rolling, busting off the beats. Oh, the beat. Oh, fuck. That beat's so fucking hard. Oh. All right. Let's switch to standing for a moment. Let's get the music going. All right. It's party time, so we need the appropriate music. Song is not that funky. I need funkier music. Here we go. Oh, it's in my robe. Element says, I wish my dick got hard. Well, maybe I'll take the robe off later. It'll help. Who knows? Oops. That's so bright. Holy shit. Kind of dominates everything. Is this what you guys want to see? My long white lightsaber? Is that what you want to see? Fish Scale says, I wish my dick got soft. Stay bricked, gang. At all times, just in case. I did an hour of cardio today, so I'm like, I did an hour of just alternating between bike until my legs got too fatigued, and then battle ropes until my arms got too fatigued. Just did that for an hour. You know? It's good for you. Fuck Off says, I demand you give me your OnlyFeet account discount. That's funny. I've put my piggies up on stream before. Oops. Elements says, as a Star Wars fan, lightsaber battles are like Viagra while on the Coca-Cola. Interesting. I mean, they should be. Some of them are kind of slow. Holy cow, it's the Fruity Dude. Hey, man. Hey, Surfboard, what's up? You party? If you want to see something funky, watch James Brown live. That's real funk. Oh, dude, of course. Of course. But I can't slam into the splits and then power back up. My adductors are not quite there. You know what I mean? And I don't have the sugar high to give me the energy assist to just like literally fly up. Yeah. James Brown, what a legend. Let's keep the music going. It's getting hot. I don't know how long I can keep the robe on. I mean, the presence is fantastic, you know? The amount of drip that I can just fucking, you know? Nice. But, summer. Oh, shit. What are we watching? What are we consuming? Ethan Garcia says, I did bicep arms today. Tomorrow I'm doing chest. Nice. What's your favorite bicep exercise? I'm going to turn the volume down. I think my favorite bicep exercise, well, right now, it's pelican ring curls, right? It's kind of like a body weight version of incline curls, right, with the stretch. But all-time favorite, gotta be cross-body hammer curls and work on that. I mean, my brachialis is like prominent. It's like in between the two. So not only do you get the forearm for it, but you also get the brachialis that, you know, if you build it big enough, it pushes the bicep and the tricep, so you get like a more bigger line. And you can't see it on this side, so you just assume it's all bicep tricep. Yeah, bro, the hammer curls. Fuck yeah. It's dope. What are you doing for chest? You a bench press man, or what are we talking? I wish I had light up nunchucks. Maybe that's the next channel investment I need to make. Yee, bench press, nice. Bro, I'm doing arms right now. Fuck yeah, Jacob. My favorite bicep exercise, says Corey, is lifting the tall boy beer to my lips. Nice. You know? Well, you put that in one of those 20-some pound mugs, you know, you could actually get a good bicep workout. Fish Scale says, my favorite workout is furiously beating it while making direct eye contact with myself in the mirror. That's my furiously beating it face. And now that's on the internet forever. Surfboard says, I'm pumping right now. For the baby, right? Okay. I need hydration. The shame drives me. Well, there's many paths to the dark side that some may consider unnatural. Oh no. Oh nah. Oh, it tried to translate that. I need to not throw my back out doing that kind of shit. Let's see. Today I did an hour of cardio, so it was like zone 2. I actually had a conversation for the hour. So the only reason I didn't stream it was it's a bitch to get the bike in here next to the ropes, and then, you know, anyway, doesn't matter. How many push-ups can you do? Not a ton, because I do things a little differently. I do very slow reps, very long pauses in the deep stretches. So I go beyond range of motion. Like my push-ups, like my fists are like kind of here, right? And then I'll pause there for a long time and then slowly drive out of it. So I don't know, 5 maybe. Okay, fruity dude. Smell you later, big guy. All right, surfboard. Party on. Nelly Belly. Oh my God, I haven't seen your lives in so long. Well, it's good to see you. It has been a while. What have you been up to? What's new in your life? Jacob says, I've been trying to get into calisthenics. Yeah, you should. It's perfect. I mean, you can get a good physique doing calisthenics. You've seen like the street guys, right? Like that. I can't remember. They were the something kings. They would like do jumping pull-ups and stuff. They're fucking enormous. Yes. Yeah. So, you know. Cheer season is starting. Hell yeah. Nice. That's a workout. Man. You see some of the cheerleaders that go to like competitions, and they are shredded. It's crazy. I start in 2 plays. Damn. Which plays? What are we talking about? Because Nelly, maybe you know this. I've been a theatrical man myself. I've starred in a few plays myself. As a fellow thespian. You like the lights? Thank you. Winnie the Pooh and Descendants. Descendants sounds like a horror movie where it's like a bunch of spelunkers that find some weird creatures in a cave. Very, very opposite vibes. Would lifting my huge D be considered a workout? Well, I mean, depending on how many reps and like if you go to failure. Ethan starts, why does bro Anakin Skywalker? I give Anakin Skywalker, really? Interesting. A lot of people call me like a lot of other things. Jacob says, I'm going to try out for my middle school football team this year, so I've been mixing lifting and calisthenics. Damn. That's crazy. See, it wasn't that long ago that doing like any kind of strength and conditioning was like unheard of before high school. But hearing that it's happening at the middle school level is, I mean, awesome and crazy to hear. Fish Scale says he's actually the Sith Lord vibe ambassador. I would misuse the Force so much, though. I mean, and here's the other thing. I think it was Vader. My high school had a weight room. Oh, well, yeah, they have a weight room, but to do that for the football team in middle school, I mean, but even in high school, a lot of times it's just like squat, bench, power clean, you know, the basics. Nellie says, it's like about all the kids of villains and other Disney characters, and I got the main character, Mal, who is Hades and Maleficent's daughter. That is sick. Congrats, Nellie. Good for you. Well, the lead. No big deal. No big deal. I also got the lead in the things that I was doing at school, so. Twinning. Nah, bro, my middle school only uses the bar. Oh, interesting. I mean, it's something, I guess. But, you know, there was the myth that, like, lifting when you're younger, it, like, affects your growth plates. And I think if you go super hardcore, that might be true. But general, just, like, exerting yourself, you know, with the basics is not really good. I mean, in fact, if anything, it might encourage some growth, I would think. I'm not a doctor. Nellie says that's super cool. Yeah, I was the lead in Midsummer Night's Dream. I was Puck. In the Nerd, I was the nerd. What else? I was gonna do. Oh, fuck, what was it? I think it was the Wiz. I was gonna do the Wiz, but I backed out because I had a bunch of AP tests coming up, and I wanted to like focus on getting those credits. You know, and the singing, I was fine with singing, but I just hadn't done it very much. So, you know, it wasn't really my jam. I can't remember who I was supposed to be. But I was in The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, Fiddler on the Roof. I was in a couple different things. I probably talked about it on stream before. I am old enough that they showed us how to break dance in gym class. That's sick, though, because I learned the electric slide in, like, middle school PE, you know, where it's like, step behind, step together, step behind, step together. That was one of our modules or whatever. We did have, like, roller skating, which was dope, okay, but, you know, breakdance would be sick. Breakdance, the only exposure I had to breakdance in school was in high school. The breakdance kids would do their breaking on like the weird wing of the school. God, This would be a good breaking song too. Um, I wanted in, but I was just so busy with stuff, I could never get heavily into it. I was good friends with a couple of guys in there, though. Nellie says, I play young Anna in Frozen. Damn. And my drama teacher made me talk in like kind of a kid's voice. And we had to perform a part of the whole, in front of the whole school. It was kind of embarrassing, but fun. And that's the thing, Nellie. Once you get over that being embarrassed in front of people stuff, you're invincible. You're untouchable, right? That's how I can do these lives and take my shirt off and dance around for people and have this huge noggin and stuff. I don't care. I'm not embarrassed. It doesn't matter, right? And a lot of that came from theater, where you do silly stuff on stage, but it's accepted that you're supposed to be doing silly stuff. It's it's a play, so it kind of helps you bridge that gap of like taking that same confidence of doing something embarrassing in front of people into the real world. At least for me, I see it as the same thing, So if you're good at the one on stage, you can just do the exact same thing in your life. Salty Tostito, hey sexy, hello Salty. KP says it's all about that noggin. How are you, brother? I'm good, KP. It is good to see you, my friend. We turned the party lights on because Corey, felt like he was falling down the proverbial rabbit hole. So we turned the party lights on. We had sort of a Star Wars vibe, but, it got hot and we turned the party lights on, so whatever. I can still... Oh, no, wrist. Yeah, it's all right. I mean, it's not all right, but it's sort of a permanent thing, so I'm trying not to bemoan it too much. But that's why I'm not doing any striking, like why I'm not, hitting the heavy bag or anything like that, because it's just too bad. Fish Scales says, embarrassment is human. If you're doing what you love, power through. It's worth it. Screw everything else. Exactly. Who cares? Because, if you love to do it, you're gonna get to a point in your life where you don't care at all about anyone's opinion. So, and at that point, you would rather have done the thing that you're wanting to do. Don't blame it on me, Corey. Corey, I don't know how well you know me at this point, but it's a Kyleism that's very common is something like, I party in response to a question. So someone would be like, hey, do you want to go get cheeseburgers or In-N-Out or something? And I'll be like, oh, I party, which is an affirmative, right? Someone says, hey, we're gonna eat a bunch of random things and run around in the woods. And I go, I party, expressing interest. I might leave and I might say, all right, party. That's my, see you later. Party another time, right? It's like it's my aloha, really. What is your favorite play or musical? Interesting. I don't know. I mean, I really like the music from Les Mis, but it's so overdone that I'm just like, I don't want any part of it. Sweeney Todd, maybe. That'd be a good one. Yeah, in terms of plays... I mean, I really liked A Midsummer Night's Dream, and I'm biased because I was in it, and I got to be Puck, which is like my spirit animal, so, it's like, it was a big deal for me, but it's also just like, I don't know, it's my perfect combo of things. I also do Kung Fu and Karate. Oh, shit. Ethan says, I am Dark Vader. What kind of kung fu we talking, Jacob? What kind of karate? Corey says, how old are you? I'm in my late 30s. Fish Scale says, eating, quote, random things and running around in the woods is one of my favorite activities. Well, Fish Scales, I think we get along. I think we could party. Nelly Belly says, also, honestly, I don't get embarrassed when I'm on stage. Stuff like in one of my first theater productions, I had to tell him at school, people were yelling my ex's name because I had to flirt. Oh, during the performance? Oh, that's messed up. But powering through it is it's so like, it's the biggest, like, you can't touch me. Right? I bet you they didn't do it for very long, right? Because that's when bullies when they realize they can't push your buttons, they give up. Corey says, the last play I've seen was Oliver Twist in grade 8. Jacob says, Wing Chun. Nice. I love the center line stuff. I'm a vertical fist man myself, you know. If anything, mine are kind of like here. But the pinky, the lower knuckle impact point is something that I have a real struggle with personally. Hand trapping, 1000% underrated. But it's this that and I haven't trained for it, right? I've only conditioned these knuckles. I am Darth Vader. You are Ethan. Nelly Billy says, I meant to say people were yelling my ex's name. Right. I don't know why it said I had to tell. At autocorrect. Sometimes YouTube tries to translate something, so if it thinks it's a different language, it'll change it. Jacob says, an old-fashioned karate my dad who was teaching me. Nice. Good. Os. What's your favorite kata, Jacob? I don't know if we've had this discussion before. I've talked to many people on stream, so I can't remember sometimes. I think my favorite katas are Seisan, Shisochin. I also like Heiku. It's from different styles. My dad is the Karate Kid. Nice. That's crazy, Nelly. But you're getting all this training very early in life. So you're getting it out of the way, honestly. And that's what you want to do, okay? Everyone tries to avoid it, but they have to get it at a certain point where they stay stuck forever. So good on you for embracing it, for powering through, because if you can do that, I mean, there are people that get nervous using a new copier at work, right? So, last kata I did was the one for Greenbelt. Which one is that, Corey? You know, I don't really know what my favorite is. And that's okay, Jacob. They're all different. Let's do a little slow kata. I can't do this full out or I'm going to go numb for another 12 weeks. Saitama over here. Hi, Sensei. Hi, Angel. How you doing? It's good to see you. How was your weekend? My dad also mixes in Aikido. Yeah, Rick Houghton is famous for his Aikido principles applied to his karate, and it's really good. I've done a private lesson with him. I've done his classes on Zoom. So if you are interested at all in him, I would highly they're very cheap too. They're super affordable. All right, let's switch the And I'll do this way. I've turned around to face you, so I'm throwing myself up. Okay, I'll do this towards you. You understand? I started in karate when I was like 14 and lasted about 2 years. I can't remember kata names. Yeah, it goes quick if you don't keep it up. I mean, I'll start to forget a kata. I mean, I haven't done them in probably a couple months, but you know, that Seisan I've drilled from the the almost day one. So other ones, especially in like the eclectic styles that I kind of branched into, I always lose the Rueiryu katas, just because they're so different, and there's like very slight differences between a couple of the different like Pachu, Heiku, and Paiku. There's a lot of similarities and crossovers, so it's easy to get them mixed up if you leave them jumbling around in there for a while, you know. Would you spare Steven Seagal? No. No, I don't think so. He's had enough time. And if a third of the allegations are true, you know. Nelly says, honestly, I didn't even hear people yelling his name because when I was on stage, it was so loud with the mics. Totally. And you get in the zone, too. I couldn't hear anything else, and I only found out after the play because my friends... Nice. But you tell them you heard it and you didn't care at all, right? Hopefully. Nah, bro, unlocking the Ninjago. Ethan says, nah, Corey, I remember doing that kata for either the green or orange belt. I want to say it was my green, no, Seipa I think was my green belt kata. Bro is doing the ninjutsu. Bro, you don't even know, dog. Ethan, hold on. I think you've been here before, though. Royson says, little gat, boy in the village. You sure? Love the music, thank you. It's YouTube's audio library. Jacob says, I do kata every day, but I forget the names of them. And honestly, and I'm a sensei, okay? So for what it's worth from one sensei, I'm gonna tell you, it doesn't really matter. It'll matter if you wanna get your belts, but once you get your belts, it's like, the point is the principle, right? It's not even like all of the moves exactly in the kata that are important. The importance is the body mechanics, practicing, turning and flipping your stance and using changes of direction to start and end movements. Those are the important things, okay? People are going to get so far up their own rear ends that about, oh no, this guy invented this version and this slight variation is actually 10 times superior. Whatever. Okay, you've got the right of it. KP says, I can't remember what style I was training. A lot of, especially in America, like a lot of places don't advertise or like even claim certain, they just call it karate. I do know it had some throws. Nice. If that means anything, it means a lot, actually. Bilbo Baggins says, Gollum, Gollum. Nelly, I did tell people I heard because I wanted them to think it didn't faze me. Nice. See, you're already leagues ahead of everyone, of adults, so good on you. Jojo says, man child. Oh, what are you gonna do? Punish me? You gonna ground me, daddy? Prime tries says, are you in your prime? Oh, shit. No. Jojo says, you are no sensei. I love when people pull this on me. I love it. You want to know why? Because I never bluff. Okay? I never bluff. Here's the thing. This is my sensei belt. Okay. This is my Shitoryu belt. It doesn't have any engraving on it, it's just a black belt. And my Goju-ryu black belt. Okay? What? I'm no sensei. What? What? Nelly Belly says it's my birthday in 6 days. Happy early birthday to you, Nelly. Happy birthday. I hope you have a happy birthday. I can't rap, but I'll do it for your birthday. Okay? How was that? Fish scales. The only thing I remember from karate was horse stance and roundhouse kick, and I always wondered why they taught us how to kick other kids in the head. Well, because the head is very vulnerable. It's, you know, where all the decisions are made. Kevin French said, this Andrew Taint. Really? Interesting, Kev. Let me tell you, you're not wrong. Okay, we also have Johnny Sins. We have David Bowie's personal assistant and Fernando de Pessoa. And now you know. Hey, eyes up here. Jesus loves you. Thank you, Ellie. Actually, I want to do more karate bullshit. Corey says, last time I did karate was in the early 90s. Well, I don't blame you for not remembering some things then. Nelly Belly says, he's the most sensei out of any sensei there is. And you heard it here first. Okay, I don't have a lot of space. Oops. Okay, hold on. It's this to the back, a bunch of other stuff. Okay. I have to be a little conservative so I don't smash the overhead light. You understand, right? Grand champion. Motherfucker. Grand champion. Okay. Grand champion. Okay. This is how I see myself in my mind. Do I want to play with any more weapons? I don't know. What does chat think? You won't fart right now. You're right. I won't. I love using nunchucks and a bow staff. Okay, well, since you said that, I am going to pull out another weapon. What do you think of this, Jacob? Bet you won't. Bet you're right. Eric says, do you have time to talk about your car's extended warranty? You know what, Eric? I do, but only if you have time to be my training partner. This is a sigh. Okay? I have 2 of them. I was required to learn how to use the sigh to get my black belt. Okay? No big deal. Who is this, Bane? For you. Are those sausages? Snossages? Hot dog nunchucks? I wish. Okay. Hook. The trick is you press it here. Fish Scale says certified sensei, and you can tell him King Kai stamped it. Bruce Z. Bruce Zaddy, maybe. The karate I was once in. The black belts would have a white stripe to show what dan they were. Oh, interesting. In the group, well, because I was part of like sort of a group of dojos, right? Because I had multiple belts from multiple senseis, so it was all part of like a big community. So a lot of times they would just give you a new belt with the dan stripe embroidered onto the end of the belt. I like the idea that you keep the original black belt and add stuff to it because it accumulates the wear, right? And that's like, I don't know. Thank you for the birthday wrap. It was amazing. Well, thank you, Nelly. You're being very gracious, but I appreciate it. Andrew Taint. Well, thank you, Chronic. If you want to see Andrew Taint, I actually posted an interview with Mandrew Taint on my channel, okay? It's 3 minutes long. Go check it out and come back. And you tell me who the real Andrew Tate is. Colton says, Andrew Tate, LFMAO. Again, please, I'm begging you. Check the channel page. It's the latest video. I think you'll like it. If you like that, you will love the latest shit I put out. Okay, I'm telling you. I would never steer you wrong. Unlike Andrew Tate. 555s. The whiteboard. Exactly, Nelly. Mr. McLibtard, wow, says, I twist my beehole hairs together and pull them out all at once. Very pragmatic of you. KP says, do you get a chance to watch awesome fireworks? Not really. There weren't a lot going on. I don't travel to see fireworks anymore. I don't get it, so it's like whatever's happening around me. It was like maybe 25 individual fireworks that I heard through the course of the night. It was minor. I think a lot of people just don't care, or they don't want to spend like $1,000 on something that goes up in smoke, literally. Colton says, why not Blackboard? Racist. Racism is one of the 2 things I banned for. Bilbo Baggins says, perhaps you are Inigo Montoya. I have been playing a lot of Blade and Sorcery, and I do consider myself quite the swordsman. Colton says, this guy looks like my trend dealer. I love bow staff and nunchucks. Well, good for you, Jacob. That's good. Those are my 2 primaries, definitely. Tonfa, I really like. I have them in my bag over there. So you kind of get sort of the nunchuck feel. Like you can do the figure 8s and stuff. But it's so much more solid that it feels more powerful. And it's just got a little bit more range of options, you know. Blackboards don't work. Okay. Dirk Jensen says, he's fine, guys. Don't be rude. Colton says, shut up, Dirk. Damn. Mr. McLibtard says, bruh, this is gay. Bruh, you're still here. Whoa, says Dirk. Colton says, sorry, haven't had my Cheerios. Well, they're good for your heart, allegedly. Corey says, I remember doing that with the bow. That's beginner stuff. Okay. LOL. Time for a Snickers bar. Yeah, wasn't that their whole, what is it, you hungry? Bilbo says, do you know Suparimpe? Yes, I do. Yo, Kyle, I saw that on Ninja Turtles. Toasted Bagel, how you doing? MTL says, Karate Do. You look like my old teacher, Mr. Costa. Interesting. I bet you get hard during the Ninja Turtles movie. Incorrect, okay? I do love reptiles, but not like that. Mr. I don't know if it's bad to name drop. You look like him. Maybe just for your own location. I'm going to take that off, but I appreciate that. Fish Scale says, my sensei taught me more about respecting myself and others than actual karate. A good sensei will do that. I like playing my guitar and piano, and I like to sing. Jacob, a man of many talents. I like that. He likes to sing. You should sing Nelly Happy Birthday. Happy birthday to you. That interview video was great. The only time I stopped laughing was when the video ended. Well, thank you, KP. I appreciate that. It was a lot of fun. You know, I kind of debated keeping the outtakes in, but I obviously was cracking up doing it. So I'm glad you liked it. If it's if it gets traction, then you know we'll do more. I'll probably do more of it anyway, just because it was fun. But the editing was a bit more than I'm used to. You should dress like Andrew Tate and sue him for acting like you for $1 million. Interesting. I don't know how much money he actually has, liquid though. You know, I think a lot of it's in crypto. You are Kwai Chang Kane from Kung Fu. From what? Let me look that up. He's known by his nickname Grasshopper. That's funny. I'm gonna write it down. Good suggestion. How much does karate cost to get into? It depends. A lot of big commercial places are going to be expensive in like big cities. A lot of places out in the more rural areas, they're usually kind of cheap, but the they might meet at some random Planet Fitness auxiliary room or something like that. So it kind of depends on your area and how commercial you go. Who doesn't get hard during Ninja Turtle movies? I'd like to see the ratings board come out with some numbers on that. The cost is in trying to escape. Nellie says, I do singing, theater, cheer, tumbling. I used to do softball and soccer. But I stopped because I was doing too much stuff. And I'm getting pretty serious into acting and theater and drama and stuff. Cool, good for you. Yeah, that's a hard thing you got to do. You only have so much time. And if you're super passionate about the acting and stuff, that's great to invest, more of your resources into that. And you're young, so, you don't even have to min-max, I don't think. But those other things, the cheer, the movement stuff, the tumbling, that all helps, right? You could be Gwen, Spider Girl or whatever, Spider Woman. Jacob says, but I only sing Linkin Park songs. Well, you tried hard. In the end, it didn't matter, but you tried, and that's important. Fake Pepino says Epstein. Okay. David Carradine's character. Yes. Oh, okay. I got to put it on the board. Put it up here. Kwai Chang Kane. My name is Kwai Chang Kane. I don't do a good Michael Caine. I'm sorry. Michael Caine. No, I don't have it. One. Nice. I really like the unique suggestions. I learn a lot, David Bowie. And you look like Ben Kingsley. Kyle, do you like Minecraft? I do. I do like Minecraft. I haven't played it in a while, but I'm super into survival games. I'm super into crafting and also base building, which is Minecraft, right? You know, and Minecraft is something where it's like you have certain tasks like mining your entire area where you're going to build your dwarven fortress castle. Again, in survival mode, it's a lot of digging. So you got to like, you put on a show in the background and you're kind of just like half, you know, it's great for that too. I've only beaten it once or twice. Mostly I just build large structures and then once it's complete, I don't do any. I just give up. I'm done. Corey says, I'll teach you karate for a bag of chips and a ride to the liquor store. Interesting. Jacob says, I can only sing Linkin Park songs. Well, their vocalist is good, you know, so at least there's that. Bilbo says, Patrick Swayze was a dancer like you. Yes, and did Roadhouse. Trained by Benny the Jet Urquidez. I can never do that right. Urquidez? Yeah, it's super dope. And Bruce Lee was a cha-cha dancer. I was a Latin ballroom dancer as well. People are going to learn eventually, but until then, you know, it's just me, Bruce Lee, and Patrick Swayze, right? Also, you know, the way he talks, it's broken up like this. What's his fucking name? Also a trained dancer. I don't think he did any martial arts, but not the Linkin Park pun. I think I might get a backstage account soon. Oh, is that the list of auditions board? If I'm remembering correctly, because when I was into theater until I got out of high school and into college, and I was into it for like the first year and a half, but then I switched to dancing. So it's been a while. Will you be on GTA 6? Yes, but I'm on PC, so it'll be whenever they get to us. Toasted Bagel says, Minecraft is fun, addictive, and dopamine filling. Exactly. They really nailed it. The baby mobs in Minecraft are the cutest. I love the zombie riding a pig. Bilbo says, it's all in the hips. Christopher Walken, thank you. Yes, thank you. Nellie says, gee, I used to dance too. I did it for like, I don't know, 6 years. Maybe I forgot to say that. That's nuts. Triple threat then, right? Or like quintuple threat. Something like that. Minecraft can be depressing. True. It can be like weird and lonely, you know, like you build this castle and then you just look out at empty nothingness. Or you lose everything, or your house blows up, or, you know. My favorite Linkin Park song to sing is Lost. I can't remember which ones are which, but they're in here, because when they come on, I remember them. But I can't summon them up, you know, on command. Chicken Jockey. Jockey? I think it's CK, I think. I don't care if I spelt that right. Good. Doesn't matter. Toasted Bagel, but the vibes are mainly high when you're laying with friends or just by yourself. Yes. Playing. Yes. Well, you got to go to sleep so the mobs don't spawn, right? Unless you're farming. See, I know ball. I can spit game, right? Is that what the kids say? I mean, phantoms don't spawn until you don't sleep for 3 days, so you're partly right. I think my time was before phantoms, or maybe I didn't stay away for 3 nights. You really do look like the third tape, brother. I know. Especially when I keep my facial hair kind of low and light. It really accentuates. And when I turn on the light, when I do the Tate streams, because I don't know if you know, Corey, but sometimes I do a little cosplay. I'll turn on the tan light because he's definitely more tan than I am. You know what I mean? So it's this versus this. This is what I look like, truly. But I hide it. Don't look. I gotta go. Bye, Kyle. Bye, Nelly. Thank you for sharing your CV. It's good to see another quintuple threat. I hope you sleep well. Whoa, he turned tan. Exactly. Exactly. See, okay, watch this. Watch this. Give me a moment. What do you think? I'll try to join again next time. Yes, please do, Nellie. It's good to have you. Corey, you should produce a play about the Tate brothers. Ooh, a music. Oh, the Tate musical? Holy shit, that could be big. Thank you. Okay, hold on. Hold on, Corey. When I get a big idea from somebody, I make sure to write it down. See, I have another one here. Okay. Tate Brothers, the musical. From Corey Rowling. Thank you. I'll tag you if I end up using that idea. Kyle, you're a mastermind. Well, thank you. You said it, not me. Some say megamind, usually. We must escape the Matrix. I don't do a good Tate impression unless you really hammer on the Bugatti. Not some brokey. Again, you should check the channel. I don't know where the button is. You click on my name or my little picture. And you go watch that video. I think you'll like it. My name is actually Corey Rowling. Well, okay. I mean, bold. I mean, my name's actually Kyle, so. Bilbo Baggins says, you could also be a small version of Leon the Professional. A great film. Interesting. That's cool. I'll have to write that down to check that out. Fuck. I'll check it out. Thanks. Yeah, that video is funny. Thank you, Timothy. Good ad placement. I have a kind of good idea. The Tate brother tries to learn karate. But I'm actually very good at karate. Well, but Tate isn't, so that's interesting. The music stopped for so long, I thought we were done. Jean Reno plays the main character. Natalie Portman is his co-star. Interesting. I think, I might be more Keira Knightley. I'm definitely more Keira Knightley than Natalie Portman, personally. Her first role, damn. Gary Oldman's the bad guy. Oh shit! So it's got to be good. That's a good cast. Gary Oldman can do fucking anything. Epic. Yeah, I'll check it out. Shit. I don't watch a lot of movies, so I only really do now on specific recommendations. I'll have to check it out. Ah. $19.94? Nice. Good year. Gonna have more of me. Gonna have more of me. See, the music stops. It's gonna be like 2.5 minutes, and then all of a sudden the music's gonna come out of nowhere. See, with the tonfa, sorry to be sensei, but I am one, so I'm compelled to do this. You can do the same kind of stuff. I'm letting it spin in a loose grip, right? And then re-gripping to let it go. So you can do a lot of that same stuff, right? Cast it from a retracted position. You can do the figure eights, the up and down, vertical. You can do all these crazy angles, but you can keep it and you can hook, like with the kama, which are the sickle weapons, which I also have, but I don't train them, so I don't have them out. You can do this, extend your range, right? Or I mean, the big thing with the tonfa is like you have this huge blocking surface. So like, even if you had a blade or something, I'd feel a lot better with this. Or if you kick me, you're done. Anyway, tonfa are great. They're my favorite. They're the superior karate weapon. You don't have to agree with me. I know I'm right. And I have 3 black belts, so what I say is correct. Anyway. Oh, it's warm, YouTube. It's warm. Now you are the Witch King of Angmar. If you produced a play about the Tate brothers, I bet some liberal would front you $1 million easy. I don't know. I feel like liberals aren't liberal with their cash. Now I'm the Witch King of Angmar. Now I am. Oh, man. I'm trying to figure out what to do for my next not live video. So last stream, it was a workout stream. So they had suggested different workouts. What are some content? What's some kind of content that you want to see from me? Okay, is it just flexing? Is it? I don't know. Maybe I could get a compilation of all the best roasts for the trolls, but there's so much footage to go through. It's like 100 hours or something. It's day in the life of Kyle. It's not that interesting. You are young Jackie Earl Haley, really? I don't know. Day in the life of Kyle. Well, a lot of it's working. So, not that interesting. Thank you, Bilbo. I look like all these actors. Well, cast me in the biopic. That's what I say. See, the music has stopped, but why do I feel like it's going to start again? I don't know. I probably need to go eat dinner. It is getting pretty late. And I always do this. I always put off dinner, and I'm trying to put on some weight. I'm trying to get some meat back on, empower the flexing a little bit. So it's important I get my meals in, I'm a growing boy. This hat is hot as hell. Come here, you two. Get close. Come on. Come on. Is this weird? I just don't care. It's funny to me, It's funny. Ascension with Kyle. How to actually ascend? I'm torn between actually giving good advice on how to actually ascend, which is going to be, there's going to be some crossover, which is like, take care of your skin, wash your fucking ass. You have to tell men that, okay? But take it in a different direction, not in the alpha way of, show us how to do Kegels. It's hard to show you without getting banned. Nice tutorial. Thank you. Kegels are actually very good for you, Corey. You should be doing Kegels as a man. I'm assuming some things, right? I learned to do them in dance school. So I had to do it in a room of 30 women and like one other dude. Basically, the trick is you recreate the muscular action that takes place when you try and interrupt a stream of urine. It's those same muscles. So you learn you've got the right area, right? So you learn to squeeze it, and it's not just like squeezing it, right? At least from the dance perspective, we attacked it in terms of turning it on and off, and then also grading the amount of muscular contraction you use, right? So I know you said that as a joke, but I'm very serious. You learn to like go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10% all the way up to 100, and then all the way back down. And it's very exhausting, okay? So it's very real. Shaving one's head, the pathway to greatness. It's one step, okay? You do get the airbender benefit of having, like, feeling pressure waves of air. So when someone closes a door in the like general building that I'm in, at least as long as I'm within, a certain distance, the air pressure will change and I'll feel it hit my head. So it's super real. Can I fart on it? Well, Glenn, I mean, that depends. Right now I'm seated, so you might be able to, if you hike up a hip, you might be able to. Kwai Chang Caine had the shiniest of craniums. Good. To reflect the sun into your opponent's eyes, right? Wait, that's what it is? Yeah, that's a Kegel. A Kegel is your pelvic floor muscles. For women, this, has a lot of other direct benefits. But men should also have control over the pelvic floor because the pelvic floor is tied into your core, right? We think of your core, a lot of people think of the core, and I'm sensei, so whatever, we're ending on a lesson, okay? Your core, everyone thinks your core is this. But your core, the level 2 understanding of your core is that it's the whole thing, right? It's your back and your front and your sides, right? Level 3 to the core is understanding that your diaphragm is on top of your core and on the bottom is your pelvic floor. When you engage the pelvic floor, it is like your grip, right? When you squeeze your grip, the muscles, if you squeeze as hard as you can, the muscles in your forearm, then your upper arm, maybe your shoulder, tense up. It's called radial strength. The same thing happens with your pelvic floor. So when you use your pelvic floor, it turns on everything else in your core. And then when you support it with the breath, you have 360 degrees of support, okay? So it is one of the key things to full control of your muscular body. So if you're sleeping on Kegels, you're less of a man. Sorry. Iron rings for your forearms would be cool. That would be dope. I used to have some, not that were heavy, but it was for pressing against. So it was kind of like sticky hands, kind of training rings. You don't have to keep specifying that the Kegels are anal, okay? Would Kegels help me from shitting my pants after Taco Bell? I mean, it could help you more easily control when you shit your pants from Taco Bell. The shitting your pants happens up here in the guts, right? The portcullis that it exits out of is not, that's the end of the line. Dang, I learned something new every Kyle stream. Good. That's good because I feel like a lot of times it's just perving and, cursing at trolls. The tundin. Exactly, Bilbo. Exactly. Your center is a vortex, but you need it from all angles, right? And it's not just here. It's not just here. I'm one big container. Christ. Explosive diarrhea is a very good deterrent to attackers. That's true. There are animals, including humans, I guess, that will shit. Not only to as a fear response and to lighten up before you start sprinting, right? Because every ounce helps. I mean, some creatures spit acid out of their asses at boiling temperatures. It's crazy. I think there's a beetle that does that. So yeah, it is a good deterrent, actually. You're right. Okay, it's getting late. I gotta eat. Sensei grows hungry from teaching the masses. Someone has a big muffler and a small penis. Who's that? Who's the someone? Bilbo says, the spiral vortex is the most powerful force in the universe. Flush your toilet and you will see. Exactly. Create the vortex within yourself. That is the key. Well, and see, Bilbo, I create the vortex in my kinetic chain, and I throw a punch, and everyone's like, "That looks like you didn't even try." Oh my god, you know, and it's like, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It's fine. Doesn't matter. The thing about it is that it doesn't matter. All right, I think I'm probably going to stream tomorrow. I'm not sure what we'll do. We'll see. But my goal, again, is to start streaming more often. So we'll see about Thursday. But again, definitely this weekend as well. So, you know, if you miss me, it's okay. There'll always be another stream. Good night, Kyle. Loved your stream. Thank you, Toasted Bagel. I appreciate that. All I want is for people to enjoy themselves. You know, I don't want to be one of those streamers where they just sit there. And well, a lot of them just sit there and ask for subs, but a lot of them will just kind of. I want to entertain. The whip! You understand, Bilbo. As Bruce Lee said, don't think, feel. Feelings are the language of the body. You must learn to speak it. Okay, tighten up your bum with some anal kegels. Okay, Corey. I'll do some kegels at specifically 85% of my 1 rep max in your honor, okay? To my fellow martial artists and otherwise, thank you for being here. They just beg for straight money. Oh, I hate that. I hate when they're like, come on, let's do some super chats. Come on, not enough money. I fucking hate it. I do not recommend channel. That will never, ever be me. Never, ever am I going to beg for cash. You know what I mean? It's not my style. Even like the Patreon options and stuff, all of it's going to be like on the cheaper side because I'm not interested in fleecing people. I want the interaction more than anything. You know? Corey, do not put things up there. Do not. Do not. They will make fun of you at the hospital. Guys, I just need 2 more people to send a red. Yeah, I need 2. Everyone join. They say join the live. I'm already joined if I can hear you, so fuck off. Double tap the screen. Fuck off. Now I'm unliking it, okay? Make sure to subscribe. No, now I never will. You know, I'm that guy where it's like if you say like, make sure to drop a comment. Nope, now I won't. I wanted to, but you told me to, so now I won't. I hate it. I hate it. It's, it's authentic, right? Like they're being honest, but they suck. So it's like, fuck them, you know? Anyway, I have some strong opinions on the subject. There's a reason, you know, I did the call to action at the end of my very early videos because that's what they tell you you're supposed to do as a YouTuber. It's like you have to do the call to action or else nobody does it. I tried it. It felt fucking awful. I hate it. So I'm not going to do it. Okay? People will like and they will do stuff if they feel compelled to. They piss me off. Sorry for my French. Hey. Je suis désolé, mais je n'ai pas français. I will send $10 if you stick that lightsaber up your ass and swing it around. That's easily 15. Okay, Corey, come on. I'm cheap, but I'm not an animal. Okay. All right, I'm gonna get some grub. Hope to see you next live. If not, you know, hopefully I got something on the channel that you like. I appreciate the comments and the interesting, what was it? David Bowie's personal assistant. That was very interesting. Kwai Chang Kane. And that movie. I got a lot of good recommendations. Toasted, you said you learned something every Kyle stream. I learn like 5 different things. And then I have like homework, all right, before next stream. So it's a lot of fun. you know, I enjoy the back and forth. You know, the other videos are fun to do, but this is the sweet stuff. You know what I mean? Bye, broski. Sling blade is excellent. Some call it Kaiser blade. I call it sling blade. What's wrong with it? There ain't no gas in it. So good. I love it. All right, everyone. I love every one of you. Okay? We'll see you next time. And hopefully we all learn some more. Just think about a tape play. I will, definitely. I'll do some workshopping for sure. So I appreciate you, Corey. Thank you. All right, good night, everyone. Mwah. We'll see you next time.